Hi there, my name is Sandhya and I'm with Radnor Memorial Library Circulation. And today I'd like to share with you a puzzle that I stumbled upon about a year ago uh, in the New York Times. And let me tell you a little bit about it. It's called Ken Ken. And you're like, a number puzzle. No, 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 no. It's actually a fun little thing to do either by yourself to kind of as a bedtime Zen meditation ritual, or to do with your kids who are perhaps mastering their math facts, or to do with your parents because you're afraid they're losing their minds and you want to keep them sharp. So whether you're 8 or 40 or 80, this is a great thing to do. Alone or with somebody else. And it was first invented in 2004 by a Japanese math teacher. His name is Tetsuya Miyamoto, and he wanted a fun and creative way for people, well, his students especially, to be able to practice their math facts and logical thinking, but not make it a dull, mundane task. So, anyway. Okay, so here we have um, a demo puzzle. The object of the puzzle is to fill in each square of the grid with digits, and the grid size determines the digits. So here we have a 4 by 4 grid, so we can only use numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can only have each digit used once in a row, once in a column, no repetitions there. And you'll also see bold lines that form what's called a cage. So um, if you, in the top left of a cage is a number and an operation. And the digits in the cage have to add, subtract, multiply, or divide to the specified number. And if there's only a number with no operation, those are the freebies. Okay, so let's get started filling in the squares. First, the freebies. On the second column, there's a 2. In the fourth column, there's a 3. On the right, I've noted down possible combinations. Using digits 1 through 4, there's only one way to create a 3 minus 12 times and a 3 plus, but I don't know which digit goes in which square in the cage. So I write them in on the middle line as a placeholder. So you'll see where there's the 12 times, I write the 4, 3 kind of in between the squares. And that's one reason why I prefer doing this on paper versus on an app or website. Okay, so now we've filled in the freebies and we've put in some potentials. Now let's take a look at column 2. We know that 2, 4, and 1 are definites. So the only thing we're missing is a 3. So for the 12 times cage, the digit 3 has to be on the left square of the cage, and the digit 4 goes on the right. Now, with the digit 4 already used in column 3, that has a cascading effect. Look at the 3 minus cage in the first row. We can't have another 4 in that column, so the digit 1 has to go on the left square of the cage and the 4 on the right. And then the 5 plus cage in column 3 can't, again, use a 4, so it has to be created with a 3 too. There's already a 3 in the bottom row, so the 3 has to be placed up and the 2 below. I'm finding that explaining this step by step makes the puzzle sound way more complicated, so I'm going to let you figure out the rest by yourself, just as if you'd stumbled upon it in the newspaper. And at this moment, I so appreciate, just like by this process of explaining, I so appreciate the beauty and speed of the human mind. A human can learn this without even noticing the individual steps that their mind is going through, whereas a computer would need it step by step. And I guess that's why teachers have really enjoyed using this around the United States and Europe, um, because again, it gets our brains thinking without even realizing. I wanted to give you a couple of sources of where you can find Ken Ken. You can find it in print newspapers. We originally stumbled upon it in the Times. I finally bought a book because we were fighting over the one in the paper. We only get the weekend paper. Um, as I said before, I prefer paper so I can write down options and also avoid screen. The first book I got was The Monster Book of Ken Ken, and that took me about 6 months to finish. And, you know, uh, don't skip over the easy ones. That's part of the whole Zen experience. Okay, I've heard good things about Stressless Ken Ken, and martial arts is another puzzle series. You can also get individual puzzles on kenkenpuzzle.com. There you can print the page. You can also select the grid size and difficulty. And I don't use that too much, but I do use the KenKen app when I'm, out and about waiting for doing errands. You can resume where you left off, and you don't need an internet connection. But I'm in the house all day now, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. It's not often that we find something that can sharpen and soothe our mind at the same time. Pretty zen.